Hello everyone and welcome back to Farthest Frontier, to our extreme playthrough. We are well in year 20 now, so we made good progress so far. We're still alive. I'm very happy about that. And yeah, we're also in the processing now, finally upgrading our root cellars to brick root cellars for prolonging the life of my food and, well, that it doesn't spoil so often. So this is one of the first steps, and the other one would be, of course, to provide barrels, but that for later. Right now I'm looking at my traders once more. So there is one coming in. Unfortunately, it's a pretty bad one overall. There's nothing really we need. We have enough herbs, we have enough food ourselves, and bricks we're producing as well. So there really is no way of actually spending coin or also making coin there. It's not really. I'm, for some reasons, lost my track of how many heavy tools I had, so I still have no idea where this one last tool went, because it's not being consumed by these ones there yet, right? So it's still, for some reasons, just gone, it seems. I haven't built a building for that particularly, but well, there it is. We are also in the process of finishing up 2 more fields that is going to secure our food supply for the future, and I guess all these villagers there are having a day off now, seeking food from the hard field work. Food is something we have plenty of, so just get in there and get it before it spoils. Now we are pretty much capped with our building space, so the next step would be, to provide another market area where we can then use another district. Oh, 23 new raiders have been sighted. There they are. Looking like a pretty big raiding party. This time 35 raiders have been sighted. So once again, our village is under attack. And this is a pretty massive, massive force that is coming in there right now. Oh, please, that poor Cartwright is probably gone, right? There's no way he can actually escape that. One of them will attack him. And yeah, they are making their full force, their full attack now right onto my storage area, it seems. At least they're trying it. And let's just see how good are my protection fares. Yeah, they're going down quite nicely, I should say, as they're making our way. Villagers are being attacked now though too. Yep, this one is unconscious, so it's not dead yet, this villager, and we do have healers, so theoretically we could get them up again to their feet. Any other attack from any other side? So let's just check this out quickly. Doesn't look like there is another area being under attack, so they're really focusing fully on this. And yeah, once again, my stone gate is doing an amazing job. And there's the first villager slain by a raider. Holy cow, that gate really takes a lot of damage. It can take a lot of damage, that's the cool thing. It's a tank. Really nice there. And they're not able to penetrate our walls there once more. Though, yeah, we did lose some people there. So especially wagon drivers. And that's it, right? This was pretty massive. And lots of that here on the streets of Ironholm. The village is still under attack though, by the look of it. Let's actually disable the bell, because I think there is no other attack though. And I think it's just the last raiders there are still fleeing. There they are. Yep, they're still fleeing, so... But that's it, right? Just a couple of villages lost. 2 we've lost. It's those 2 here that have been attacked and are now lying around. And unfortunately, that's it though, right? So it was probably those here. Yep, we do need to fill this one in again. And then probably from here, yeah, also this one here is still alive. So he hopefully gets treated, because I really don't want to add more people to that. We have a workforce of 4 still available, and 8 sick people right now. But in that case, we do have a healer, so hopefully most of them get healed now. And as we can see, they're all seeking medicine now. And the village was raided. The first raiding party did nothing except lose, like, 3/4. 7 people like to join. I always like to see this. There you go. Housing shortage might be there, but we can rectify this. And let's go ahead and, start going into this area now. I think that's a good spot. Let's just see that we can squeeze in some houses then. That's going to be okay. Like, I think this is fine. And yeah, something like that. Because then we can squeeze in some houses right here. And even have a bit of a space between to add more ornaments then, right? Or we might actually make a nice... Yeah, here we might actually make then a nice park area or so. Let's just go ahead and have this one here, and then we can have more houses now in this area. There is a bit of a slope problem, even for a house. And the other raid party actually looted 4 iron that must have been on the street or so, and killed 2 villagers, and 19 out of the 23 were slain. So that's that. Let's try to flatten the terrain in this area. I hope we can do this. Probably will need to get rid of those trees. I can, however, continue with more houses than here as well. Yeah, this is where the slope problem comes into effect a bit, but it should be fine. Then we can also have more houses than here, and probably another one here or so. Or actually here we have then this tiny space just between it. Right, and then the barracks that will need to fortify as well. Do I still have 2 soldiers? Yes. So at least that is working. At least we still have our barracks fully working. Yeah, also beer-wise, it's coming in. And I think... Ah, come on, 1 more brick. This has to work. Just get me that last brick here, and then we can finish the root cellar. Another predator, a bear. But the bear is spawning in the wrong location for him. Because there we got our towers. And that bear does not stand a chance at all. Down it is as well. Oh, also, what we should be doing is upgrading our firewood splitter then. But firewood is not the worst thing right now. And let's make it 10 builders also. We have the workforce for that. Ah, very good. And there it is. Also, the brick root cellar. Beautiful building. Another one finished. And this will hold now more food. And it can, of course, also preserve it much longer. And yeah, with the other thing, we have the beer. So I can now go for a pub. And I would definitely like to have a pub. It doesn't cost us anything per se. It just sells beer, makes people happy, and people pay more taxes because of that. Obstructed by a building, this one is. There is a well in here. So where should we have that first pub? That is pretty important. Because it's going to affect... Yeah, actually, I think this whole block here, we could make it affect. And I would definitely like to have the core city being surrounded. Yeah, actually, there is a well. Let's move the well. I don't see a reason why we should have a well there. I could also have the well just over there. And then we can squeeze in a nice pub into this site there. Oh, very good. And the next field is ready too. And there you go. The well is gone. And now we can add a pub to this area with a nice garden just beside it, perhaps. Right here. And another thing is the fields. Both of them are ready. Perfect. Is there any chance for deer? Nope. Alright, so I think we still don't need a fence really in this area. And of course, once again, we got pretty high wheat levels. Perhaps they can work through... Yep, they can still work this year. They will definitely work through the whole next year. And then we start with the clover once more. And then I would like to probably go with beans or pea or... let's just see. Beginning of the year, perhaps some cabbage might be good. Yeah, let's go with cabbage. Because we do need to add some food variety, of course. And here it's also working and working. And then it's clover and... I don't need grain on this side. Some rye. Could also be milled into flour. But impacts fertility. Probably the worst among everything that we have so far. So let's rather not do this. I could go with the turnips beginning of the year. We could even go with 2 times the turnip. With a clover in between. And then the turnip. That would be very bad for fertility though. Yeah, pea is fine. So this is a pretty good looking one here. That we can have. So work on these fields has begun now too. Another villager immigrated and 3 were born. Alright, also this market is coming better and there the flattening should be done now. It did something, right? So there is a housing possibility now here. So we can definitely have the house then like this. Right? And then I could hopefully continue, yeah, up here. There is still a bit of flattening to be done here. But not a lot. There is this slope that we can keep. I think we could... that's not possible. Not even single... Yeah, perfect. Single gardens would be possible in this area. That's just good. Because with that we can add some decoration and increase in desirability then. But yeah, of course, here it gets a bit more difficult now because of the rising mountain where we are right now. And there's still the iron mine that's still lasting for another 360 iron ore. Right, and once this is gone, we can then also add more houses here. And I think we have this desirability problem here, not because of desirability per se. I mean, it's at 26. I could add perhaps a... Can we afford this? A small park here. This would be good for desirability all around. I think this will bring this house here back to life again. Next market is finished. And then also these houses there. And already sick people in it. Perfect. On to a good start. And this one here. Yes, very good. We also flattened this one. And I would like to add now 2 more homes here as well. So this is going then up. Up it goes. Oh, yes. And also what we don't have in this area is, of course, a well that we should provide as well. And for that, I might actually use this tiny location there to provide that well. And hooray, also that pub is now online in all its glory, selling, well, alcohol to my people, being stocked right now. So the first beer will be coming in, and it's actually producing gold out of the beer then as well, beside the happiness, of course, that is. And is this one here the driver for that? Nope, it's not. And this should increase now desirability. Yes, very good, to 61 already. So some of these houses will be upgradable soon. The only thing we might need to do here now is upgrading then those garden trails. And I do have this tiny location. Yeah, it's just too tiny for... Yeah, let's just leave the garden trails then. And here we could have another garden trail then as well. Just beside that, and then perhaps also just some trees here in the center to make this block complete. And then we could start working on upgrading the garden trails. A few bricks, it costs me 50 gold and 5 timber. It's really not expensive. And it's definitely going to look better. So let's just start upgrading these ones here then too. As we are very close to the next level for these buildings. And over here, I think, yeah, it's about the same. So we could continue upgrading now these tiny things there to further improve their look. And then there is, of course, the whole market one. Upgrading the market is pretty massive. It's providing additional workers that stock the market. We can also get additional income out of that. It's a larger working area and increased desirability bonus for the whole area. So with this, we might move one of these markets then over here so that they still overlap, of course, but not that much, because upgrading those markets will definitely let them overlap a bit further, as they're pretty much tightly tuned right now. So this is pretty perfect, I think. Upgrading them, however, will make them overlap too much. So I should work on moving one of them a bit further away then. But that's no problem. Moving is no problem. I also, since we have the logs, would like to start with my deck, with my wall around this barracks. And there is also a road. Unfortunately, we need to destroy this road and then build it again in order for us to be able to have some nice wall around this barracks here, right? So that this one is being fortified and people can then shoot from it. Where's my soldiers, by the way? Let's get them back on the field. There they are. And do we have enough people? Because, we don't. Because I really would like to build up a smaller army now with the possibility of getting rid of the wolf dens that we have on the other side. Right, so this makes exploration then in that area a bit easier. We do have, I think, 2 wolf dens. There was definitely another one close to the area. Right, food is fine as we're in the beginning of winter now. 8 months we have. Most of it is in the brick root cellar, but we have, of course, a second one that only has honey in it anyway, right? So this one is not really doing anything yet. Oh, yes, and also we should probably upgrade then the stockyard too. So this is the cool thing. Once you have the bricks, a lot of buildings can be upgraded. Basically, any building can be upgraded with the brickyard then. We just need to wait a bit longer. And the new year, 2 villagers have been born, 2 villagers immigrated, and 1 more livestock animal was born. That means we got 11 out of 12 now. 1 more cow, and then the slaughtering begins. Looking forward to that. And by the way, since we have produced a lot of milk, do we have enough cheesemaker? Yes. So cheese is in like 400 and milk is still there too. So we are not consuming all the milk there is. And that's also a good bonus on top of that. And is the pub now? Yeah, the pub has beer in store. People visit the pub, and as a result of that, we should make some money, and we do make 14 per month. It's okay. For one pub, by the way, right? So we could add a second one, of course, as I'm pretty sure, yep, we have a beer surplus production anyway. Also, these gardens are coming along nicely, so we are now, so very close. They could really upgrade now, some of them. They have also almost done everything else. Now, another problem is that my storehouse is now really full. Reason for that is also that we have a lot of gold, like 700, and this is also clogging up my storage. I think it is time now, because we cannot no longer store the gold now that we make, to finally start building on that vault. We do have now enough ingots, right? So 20 ingots and 40 stone, and to add a vault into this location. However, yeah, we will need to flatten this terrain there just a tiny bit for it, by the looks of it. So let's go ahead and let's hope that we can do this here. Just make all of this really flatten, that we don't have any slope there anymore. And also a trader, yeah, we will now be able to sell some beer there for the first time for a very good price too. And also a bit of iron ingots that I would like to sell there as well to make some additional cash. We could then purchase some stone. Actually, we can purchase the stone right away. Almost all of it. Perfect. Because that is something we always need, and then I can just go ahead and sell the rest. Make some coin again, so almost 1,000. Will still be a bit more coming in. No second trader, unfortunately. So the second trader hasn't arrived for quite some time. Ah, there it is. Perfect, there's another one coming. I need heavy tools. I don't believe that I'm in the same freaking situation again. I could swear I got the 2 tools, and for some reasons one of them was gone. Was lost. It wasn't stolen. Perhaps I consumed it in a building that I have no idea yet. No matter. We do need heavy tools again. Otherwise we cannot continue with the blacksmith. Unfortunately also no heavy tools from this trader. So we need to live our lives like we used to. As always. There's a bear once again coming in. No problem though. Villagers are running away. Bear is getting killed by my towers. Fieldwork has finally started for the new fields, so there is also this one here working now, getting rid of the weed level and the rockiness, so that we can also make some food out of these fields now. And food, yeah, up to this point, still no real problem. Flattening terrain actually did some good here, and we can finally build that vault. Let's have it then being surrounded by those 2 towers here right away. So in that case, could also build it like so. Nah, let's have it like this. So we can still add more towers next to it later then. Alright, the next raider attack is happening. Then it was rather quick. 22 raiders once more. I need to ring my bell there. Getting villagers to safety, also protecting my town hall. Alright, I hope it's not happening so often now. I mean, this is pretty severe. It's not like they do a lot of damage, right? Like most villagers flee anyway. But it's like they hold my economy for the time of the attack. And my people cannot work during that time. The vault has been finished at least. So there is now a proper storage for weapons and gold. Up to 25,000. So that is pretty big. And yeah, they're attacking again. And another 11 sighted. Also coming from the hill up north here now. Into my village. So yeah, almost 40 raiders now. Yet they don't have a chance getting through those gates. I'm just glad that the AI is not that smart. They really just attack the stone gate and completely ignore the wooden palisades that we have around. Even though this time, as we can see, since there's so many attacks from different sides, they have their sweet time doing damage. But yeah, that's it. Actually, I think we killed all of them. Villages are also being under attack still. Now we can unring the bell. There is still a raider. There's raider. They're fleeing again. I think they did nothing this time. Just as I said, halting my economy for the time being. But that's it. Alright, we can continue. We have stuff to do. Decoration. So I do have these gardens here, or the small brush. The small brush is increasing desirability only by 1%, and the small garden actually by 2%. So I think I'm going with the small garden. I think this will also cost me a bit more. Yes, of course. And then we have the garden trail. This, of course, is massive. So this one does the most. Let's add some garden trails then here as well. Thanks to the slope, I think I will not be able to get it for the full turn. Nope. But here and then in the middle, we're just going with some smaller patches of gardens then as well, right? To increase this area. And then we have that one. Here, I think this was not possible at all. I could try to flatten the terrain there. Even though I don't know into what it would be flattened. And yeah, the raid size, the raid party did nothing. Didn't even kill a villager. Right, they're already at work doing it. Ah, that actually changed. That actually changed it, right? Yeah. What? Slope is too steep? It's basically flat here. Okay, this is definitely a bug. Because that is a flat terrain here now. And unfortunately it doesn't work. Right. Cannot change that. Then I need to have these smaller ones there. So just some gardens here along the way. This will cost me actually quite a bit. So I should slow down on these parks. And the other raiding party was also completely destroyed almost. With no loot and no damage. Next tower has been upgraded to stone level. So there's also 2 people working in that now. They still need some weapons. And we, by the way, do have 13 people available right now. So it's really, really great. When it comes to my workforce, we can assign the 4th card rider. And I think we will get a 3rd wagon shop out now. As they are probably pretty busy already, right? Those wagon shops. So I would like to build another one. Just to smoothen out my logistics. And also the fruit trees here are gone. So look at that. A whole new level. A whole new area to build something. Let's start with the wagon shop. And since this is also far away, we might also consider another shelter there. Though I have never seen this shelter here really being used. I think it's still close enough to the village itself. Yeah, and it's all about that heavy tools that we still lack for some reasons. I would also like to continue building more houses. We don't need them yet, but we do have enough logs. And right now, a bit of time there, I think, as well. To just get cracking on some more housing. Also on that side. Just close to the market. And then here. And yeah, here, desirability is, yeah, it's 6%. So it's probably going to be abandoned again, the house, then rather quickly. Let's do this. Let's not do this for now. So 3 more homes, that's fine. Yeah, and then I'm waiting for some more bricks to come in because I would like to start upgrading my marketplaces. This will then result in additional desirability, and I hope this pushes then those houses here to the next level. And for reaching tier 4, well, we do also need the theater and a trading center and 250 people. So we're still far away from that anyway. But we are on the right track, I think. And then again, it's of course just all about the heavy tools. Stay tuned.